And welcome to Let's Play Gothic 3.
It doesn't matter.
On today's exciting episode, I'm not really sure what we're going to be up to. I can't remember, even though I just recorded this video.
Doesn't get much worse.
Looks like I'm checking out my stats here. And I think this is right after I forged some weapons. Some bastard swords and whatnot, and I sold them. So I'm going to run downstairs real quick, I guess, and talk to Javier. Not Javier, Roland. As the kettle drum winds up and whatnot. Guess I'm gonna do a little shopping. One thing that you'll note here is that my reputation with the rebels has become strong enough that I can actually buy certain rebel-based items. For example, light rebel armor, which
You're all right.
okay, that's just regular rebel armor.
You're all right.
What's that? Adjusted rebel armor. I'm not sure how much that requires, but obviously it requires some rebel reputation to get. And so, don't know if I can get regular rebel armor or not, but in any event, that is an option for those wanting to play more of a faction-oriented path. Right now, my path is very neutral.
You aren't ready.
Gonna learn some strength here for some reason. I think it's because I just forged a bunch of bastard swords and I want to be able to use them instead of this rapier.
Carry on. That's the...
While he's learning all this stuff, and you'll see here that my strength is now 145, I want to mention something that somebody mentioned in one of my comments. And thanks for watching, everybody, and for commenting occasionally. Jeremy vs. Games, who has his own very good and very thorough LP of this game, mentioned that in episode 8, when I was fighting lizards in the cave by Reddick, behind Reddick, one of the lizards bit me, and I got disease, which affects my endurance. And so that's why it's gray instead of yellow, first of all. And second of all, it affects my ability to run for long distances and that sort of thing. So that's good to know.
Teach me how to parry.
The way it will... Oh yes, one more thing.
I'm just learning a couple of sword skills here while I'm at it. So I got shield parry there, so I can use a shield finally now. And I just skipped ahead on my way back out here.
You should probably do it yourself.
Talking to Candela here to see if how close I am to being able to use a better bow. I do have a little bit of money.
If he goes on like that, it'll never.
Hunting skill 146. Looking at that next skill there. And now I'm gonna look and see if I have any stat enhancing items. Like, well, for hunting it would be Goblin Berry. Here it is. So I'm gonna have a few of these. So I'm up to 147.
Are you serious?
And I'm crouching this time, I think is what I did there. So... Okay. Don't really know what I'm doing here exactly. There we go. Okay. So I was just crouching to make that go faster. So I'm up to 150 now, which is where I want to be. So I'm 150, 150, strength and hunting. I'm going to have him improve my skill with the bow. I guess I don't have enough points there. I need 5 more skill points for some reason to get that, which is kind of a weird number, but whatevs.
You are... You should probably do it yourself.
So...
Carry on.
I did learn a little bit more, and... I guess I'm going to call it a break for now. I do need 160 to wield that battle bow, so maybe I'll grab an extra 5 hunting points. And I can definitely upgrade from the rapier now to Hashashin sword, or okay, or the longsword. Longsword actually looks a little bit better because it's got sharpened and self-forged.
Sure, why not?
The advantage to the Hashishim sword would be the poison. But I'm going to go with the longsword. So I've got a longsword and a shield now for the first time, as opposed to just a straight up rapier. And that should provide me some minimal protection if I want to parry certain blows that my enemy seeks to impose. Okay, so I'm going to walk back to... actually, I'm not going to walk. I think I'm going to transport back to Montera at this point. So that basically takes care of our Okara-related quests, and with a little bit of a character upgrade there, which is kind of exciting. Whenever you upgrade your character that significantly, get the ability to use new weapons and stuff. It's kind of exciting in this game. Okay, so as the game loads here we are back in Montera. They're just outside Montera. And actually, I'm going to walk off to the right from where I was just then, and I'm going to go down this hill. Now, this hill is kind of over by, if you think of Montera, it would be to the southwest of Montera. And there are some plants here that I didn't get the first time. It's kind of over by that group of rebels. I don't know if it's Joey or Mason or somebody. Anyway, I'm speeding this up here because it's just me grabbing plants and nothing that exciting. But eventually I'm going to get to an ogre cave here. Right about here. Sorry for the lack of sound there for a minute, but I didn't want you to have to wait through that video too badly. And, so the game sound went off there. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'll go back and fill that in with some generic music or something. Okay, so we got the battle music there, so that means that there's an ogre. There he is. Now, if it were just him, that'd be fine, but it's not. And he's got some friends with him, as you'll see here in a second. Friends are gonna completely overtake him and make it impossible for me to really get a good shot to finish him off, unfortunately. So, I have to do this the hard way and the long way. And you've seen me do this many times, and so I don't feel that it's necessary for me to show you all of that. So obviously you can tell by the change in daylight that the time elapsed quite a bit there. And I went ahead and killed, I think, all 3 of the ogres there. And so we're going to go back to their cave, which is right down here. Sun is still setting, but I've got some daylight left. The lighting in this game is exquisite, by the way. I mean, you can really tell that it's evening time here with the soft glow of light against the rocks and plants there. Okay, I guess I skipped ahead again there. That was kind of a harsh transition. Normally I like to add a little, buffer there, but whatever, let's just get through this, okay? So, going back into the cave, I think what I did was I killed the first ogre the first time, and then I skipped ahead and killed the second and third ogre the second time, but whatever. Here I am in the ogre cave. Let's see if there's anything exciting or good in here. Well, here's something, a knight's shield and a two-hander. It's kind of interesting that they put a shield right next to a two-hander, a weapon which requires 2 hands. So, I mean, maybe it was a bastard sword, which is a hand and a half. It could be used as a 2-handed sword, but could be a 1-handed sword. But it's a 2-handed sword, which doesn't really work with the shield, so I don't really know. The shield requires too much strength. I need 25 more strength to use that, so I'm going to have to defer on that one. Which is fine. I mean, 35, 25, 25 protection compared to my, I'm not really sure what the stats are on my current shield, but they're a little bit lower, not too bad though. The skull shield is a pretty good shield, actually. So I'm going to go back outside, and then we're going to go over to another group of rebels. As you can see, this is the location here, just southwest of Montero, just like I said. But I'm going to go back up towards this. Now, here is, if you just go down the path a little bit farther. I wish I would have showed you this a little bit more. So if you just go southwest of Montera, and then you kind of take this little path south, kind of like you're going to the Ranger Valley where we've been a lot of times. But instead of going towards the Rangers, we go up this hill, which is to the south. And then there's some snappers here, and I'm just gonna fast forward through this battle here. But you know, you've seen one snapper, you've seen them all. And grab the dragon root there. And as I get a little bit closer here, got some more snappers, and I'll resume normal time, I guess, and take these guys out. Snapper, you know, and you can maybe, I don't know if you can tell whether my longsword's working a little bit better or not. It almost seems like it's not working that much better than we're here, probably just slightly. But anyway, so I'm going to grab their skins, which are useful for components. And grab this chest here, right in front of that cave, which we'll be back to that cave in just a minute. Ring of Endurance, Light, Cure Disease spell. If I only knew that I had that disease, I'd use that Cure Disease spell on myself. And unfortunately, I can't do anything to correct this for several episodes, maybe as many as 10 episodes, because I've already recorded these videos, and so I was completely oblivious to the fact that I was diseased, and again, thank you to Jeremy vs. Games for pointing that out. Okay, so if you come down this little valley or ravine or whatever you want to call it, there's some rebels sitting by a campfire next to a cave, and there's some abandoned chests next to this burned down house. I mean, can you imagine there being such a thing, a burned out cabin with chests next to it in this game? Unheard of. Anyway, this is one of the best views in the game here. This is the view looking west from this little ravine area, looking over Trellis, essentially. So if you look up north there, but there's Trellis, the city there, sort of keep there, if you want to call it that. And then you can see the ocean, what do you call that, when it kind of comes in like that? A bay, I guess. The Bay of Trellis. Bay is almost more circular, though. That comes to more of a triangular point. I wonder if there's a specific name for that. Anyway, I'm gonna grab this chest here before I talk to these rebels. Incidentally, I'm here in Iowa, and I've got my in the background here. I've got my computer set to the Iowa General Assembly live stream, because today is the final day of the Iowa General Assembly legislative session, and there are some interesting bills pending, including one that would legalize medical cannabis, and one that
I'm
would
sure you have one step further.
HIV criminalization laws in this state, which are kind of draconian.
Keep calm, kid. I won't hurt you.
I'll talk to you guys
haven't come
about
to make
those
trouble,
issues
have
another
you?
time, perhaps.
Shut up. If I wanted
For now-
to kill you, you'd be dead now.
All right. Then forget I said anything.
For now, I'm just going to talk
Never
to these rebels.
mind. Tell me what's going on up here.
This is a rebel camp. I am a rebel and fight for the king.
Aha. And? Killed any orcs?
I haven't been in any battles yet, but I'm looking forward to taking out my first orc.
I like how he's a rebel veteran, and yet he hasn't been in any
What do you
battles.
do
and he's
here all
looking
day
forward
long?
to taking out
I
his
make sure
first
no
orc.
one sneaks into the camp.
Doing a great job, obviously.
It's not that easy, you know. Especially not with all the beasts. But what scares me the most
Oh,
is
wait,
the
it's the one
undead.
by the
I don't want
fire
to
that I'm
know what they
talking
do
to,
to
not the
someone they
rebel
got their
veteran.
hands.
Oh, I could tell you a thing or two. I could.
You'd really have the...
It wouldn't be the.
If you manage that...
Volunteering there to take out
I've
some
already
undead in this
practiced a
cave.
lot. Bring on the...
Yeah.
Go mind your own business.
Okay, so talk to those guys, and then I'm gonna go inside their cave here. And I remember the first time I did this, I had to look up an answer to one of these guys' questions.
I'm going to take a break.
So there might be an awkward pause or transition here in a minute, but as you can see, many of them are asleep right now.
Why did you wake me?
And they wake right up.
There you are. Finally. I thought you wouldn't be
And-
coming back.
This guy's talking like I've been here before, even though this is my first visit. So I'm not going to say have we met, And as you can see, here's a map showing where I am now, just for reference. Southwest of Montera, there it is on the map with the circle. The arrow kind of points the way to get there. Anyway, back to Charles. I'm not going to say have we met, because that would give me away. I'm going to say, sure, I enjoyed dropping by.
I enjoyed dropping by.
Then let's get straight to work. How are things in Namora?
You can actually set him off to hostile if you say, have we met?
What are you doing?
You're a traitor.
We were overrun by the orcs when we tried to secure the Temple of Trellis. They're obsessed with searching for divine artifacts. They came with about 30 warriors. All we could do was flee here.
What is...
Every artifact that the excavations at the temple must be stopped. Someone has to prevent the orcs in and around the Temple of Trellis from digging.
You mean kill them?
How else? They don't understand any other language.
What do you know about the divine artifacts?
The orcs have taken everything they could recover from the temple to Trellis. If one of those rare artifacts was indeed in the temple, then it's bound to be in Trellis now.
I see. So far, I've heard nothing about...
Then you'll have to tell their leader that Namora needs to send reinforcements, quickly.
What's the name?
You don't know. It seems to me...
Of course I know where Namora is.
Then hurry and get reinforcements.
Again, you have to act like you know what you're talking about, even though you've never been to Namora, likely, and you certainly wouldn't know where it was unless you were very familiar with the game like I am, so... Anyway, just say, yeah, I'll get some reinforcements. Okay, so I'm gonna go and take out these undead now. And I saved real quick and pull my sword out. And we should have a pretty good idea of what to expect. We know undead. We probably know it's gonna be a doable battle because it's an immediate quest with those rebels. So here's a skeleton with a two-hander. I'm just gonna draw him out to the outside of the cave. A little easier and safer to fight out here. It's whining skeletons. So I'm parrying with my shield there, as you can see. And then I'm going to swing away. Oops, ow. And we got it. Grab this sword. And moving on in, let's take out the next guy. Little music bug there. Here he comes. Such a brave fighter here, running away from all these skeletons. But if you get them one by one, they're just so much easier. Grab him. Grab his rusty two-hander. And I know I saw at least one more in there. Let's go take him out. I guess I'm having a quick bite. Okay, I'm not really sure. Did I get injured? I don't recall getting injured, but I guess better safe than sorry. There's one. Let's see if I just take him out in the hallway here. Yeah, there we go. I was wondering if I was going to switch to a more local strategy. Level this grave dust, or whatever you call it, grave fog. Pull out a torch just to light my path. Interesting stuff. No sign of undead in that middle passage, but here comes another skeleton. I'll go ahead and lure him up here. Once you kind of break their parry block with their weapon, should be pretty easy to take them out. Okay, so there's only 4 total. And I got a reputation with the rebels from that too, which is nice. So put my sword away and start looting. And here is a chest. chest at that. And it's got the hunting bow and mercenary crossbow, which I think might be a weapon chest. I will double check that while we continue the video. Okay, so I'm just looting the area now and just seeing if there's anything over here. And yeah, just to confirm that, and I didn't bother to post the list as I did last time when we got it from Roland and Okara, but that chest in there was the 9th weapon chest, the mercenary crossbow chest. You know, I know there's been a lot of crossbows lately. There's been, of the last 5 chests 5 through 9, 3 of them have been crossbows.
The cave over there is an old cemetery. The skeletons that were there are nothing but dust now.
That's reassuring. It's worth 300 gold coins to me.
Fine.
300 coins.
Don't mind your own business.
A little bit of experience. Anyway, so that's gonna more or less take us to the end of the episode here. So, you know, if you've been watching, thank you. Just remember, Professor Snuggles is looking out for you. And he would enjoy this amazing morning view here, just like I am right now. Thanks for watching.